Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at another episode of Nano Apostle, and we're picking up where we left off. We're about to fight the Reaper, which is a pretty challenging boss, especially first time encountering them. Granted, I have a little bit of experience. We've got a couple new abilities, so let's see what we're gonna take. Trauma buffer. Single damage taken will not exceed 25% of max HP, but healing from any source will nullify this buff for 15 seconds. That sounds really good for me, who's prone to getting caught by grab attacks, which tend to do 60% at least. Absorb deals 20 extra damage, but does not recover HP. I think I don't want to take that just yet. Impulse compressor. A shield activates when aiming. If the shield parries an attack, that shot becomes a charged shot. That sounds really good for me because I can... Charged shots will apply 2 stacks of infected, and we're running a build that really benefits from hitting multiple stacks of infected, so I think I'll take that. Unless there... I mean, gain some energy when parrying or eliminating a projectile also sounds really good for how I'm playing. I'll start with this and see how it goes. We'll do the obstacle courses and the enemy waves and the new information logs after we beat this boss. So wish me luck. Let's see how this goes. M5 anti-personnel psych polluter Reaper. This is the way they show what Wenny was warning us in the last episode about how this thing can affect you psychologically is very interesting, and how they kind of manifest that in gameplay. So look forward to that. But design-wise, I think it's pretty cool. This is one of the enemies we saw in the tank at the very start of the game as well, I'd like to point out. But he's a boss that I sort of did a little bit of practice on the speedrun with. Might also have to remember how to play because I've been spamming high heat. I've been attempting 50 heat Hades runs, and I might be a little rusty. But there we go. That's more like it. So basically, the real challenge of this boss starts once you get to the point of... Oh wow, okay, I like this parry mechanic on the shot. That's actually really useful. I can basically use it as an extra parry now. I should probably heal though. I'm gonna go ahead and do that just for safety. I don't remember what these little spawnlings of his do, so I probably should treat them as a threat. Okay, they shoot off more projectiles, which makes them a little bit more threatening. Oh, he grabbed me. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that did a whole 66 damage. That's... like, the grabs in this game are brutal. I didn't get the destruction point in time. We'll toss another infected. In theory, I should be able to parry his friends as well, but they don't have very much in the way of HP. There's a pretty substantial delay in his attack patterns, which is the other tricky bit about getting used to how he plays. Alright, we should be at the point where he's going to start doing his weird gimmick, I believe. Not a fan of him leaving AoE flames. Okay, here we go. This is where he kind of infects our subconscious. We can't hit him during this, but check this out. We kind of get brought into a dream realm, and then we have to hunt down the body, the real body of the Reaper. These are all fake ones. You'll recognize which one's the real one because it's trying to, like, it basically looks like it's sucking in air. We want to leave these clones alone. So that might be you right there. Yeah, that's you right there. He kind of teleports between his clones. You can see his little shadow, and it does kind of tell you which way to travel. So he traveled up there, so we're gonna go this way now. Oh, found a clone. But I really like this. Besides the music just being super ominous, it's just it's hard to see. You're being attacked by shadows, some of which are fake and undamageable, and then you have to hunt down the real body. I think it's a really, really cool design. For a boss fight that is known for, like, it's called the Psych Polluter. It attacks you from in your brain. I will say I really don't know how to parry this guy's attacks nearly as well as some of the other bosses, because I simply just have not fought him nearly as much. So I'm going to stick with what I do know, and that's how to DPS what I can. Alright. And I need to remember that I have a projectile-based parry now. But, like I said, this boss is particularly rough if you're not familiar with him, and I've certainly exceeded the point of where my speedrun practice has landed. Honestly, like I said before, I only kind of got the patterns of Berserker down, and I have to understand that I'm dealing 10 damage a hit here. In the speedrun, I am doing pretty... I think I'm dealing like 40s at least. I'm dealing at least 4 times the damage that I normally would. Gonna pop a charge shot on him. I'm gonna try and take out his clones this time. I think I'm just... Okay, they're invulnerable until they spawn in. That's good to know. I don't... Again, with the speedrun, you don't usually bother with them. does seem like when I destroy his clones, they do fly into him. I don't know what that means necessarily. But I very much appreciate having a parry on the projectile, because I already use the projectile pretty heftily. Alright, so basically once he gets below 50%, he's going to start summoning you into his nightmare realm, if you want to call it that. So I'll use that chance to heal. Because, while I don't think I'm going to die in that nightmare realm, I am within death of grab range. I am within killable range of his grab. It seems fairly consistently that the first body that you have to destroy spawns right in the center location, so you can go straight there, and then I think he goes into the upper left corner and then the upper right corner. That I am familiar with as far as speedrun goes. Yeah, see? There he is, and I'm just parrying the clone as it comes and attacks me. And as long as you destroy 3 bodies in the Dream Realm, you're immediately rewarded by getting him out of the Dream Realm. But I'm gonna go ahead and charge up a shot, and this should finish him when the absorbs pop, assuming I don't take unnecessary damage. Well, I mean, even if I do take unnecessary damage, I suppose. Wow, he survived with like a decimal amount of HP there, unfortunate. Alright, on to his second phase. All bosses in this game have second phases at minimum. And I say at minimum as a prelude to things to come, but I won't spoil that just yet. I'm not super familiar with the timing on that move. Oh, wait, you know what? I was going to heal and then forgot I was going to heal. Oops. Yeah, so most of his attacks seem to do in the realm of about 20 damage at least. So he can 5-shot us, but his grab will do 66 damage as we established. But that was a pretty good attempt. We got to his next phase. And mind you, I talk about having practiced the speedrun of this game, and I haven't actually done that in a while. So it's a very loose practice, to say the least. I will say, if you pay attention to his blade, there is a tell when he's about to do a parryable move. So you can pretty reliably parry. You just have to learn it's when the shine of his blade happens, just before it hits the tip of his scythe. This isn't an ideal position, but we made it out. Okay, good. That was a little spooky. Alright, he's spawning his clones, but they're invulnerable until I decide, until a little bit of time passes, so I'll go ahead and deal with them now. Using the enhanced parry to get some extra damage is quite nice. I'm trying to wait for him to give me a chance to charge shot at him, but he's not really giving me one. Oh, I just noticed at the top of the screen, there's a new gauge that says fear. Wait, we just made our die sound. Why am I still alive? Huh. And our fear gauge is empty now. So I guess healing maybe replenishes it? I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know what happened. I've never seen that sort of an interaction before. A little bit of a minor optimization I just did there was I walked away before using my grappling hook, because we do have a booster module that enhances the damage that we deal with light attacks after using a grappling hook that scales with the distance we travel with the grappling hook. Once again, go to the middle, then go to the upper left, then go to the upper right. That seems to be fairly consistent. I don't know the pattern for his second phase. Unfortunately, I think we were maybe a little bit too slow. On the bright side, if you do parry his, what's it called? Hold on. I think, oh, you know what? This is a trick. If you destroy one of his clones, it leads you to where the body is. You see that little sparkle trail? It went into the upper left corner, so that's where the body is. There we go. I forgot that was a technique. Now, I still really don't know what this fear marker in the top does, because I've never paid attention to it. It seems like it must affect us because it's going down over time. That was a fun finish with our shot. I appreciate that. Felt kind of fancy. I don't know what my HP is. I should probably pay attention to that. Okay, we are within kill range from his grab, so I should be a little bit careful. It's kind of fun that I can extend the duration of my iframes by using my parry, my enhanced parry, and then my shot all in a row. Because that gives me so much invulnerability for such an extended period. Oh my goodness, whoa. How did that not hit us? We were like on the outskirts of that the whole time. Our fear is almost maxed out. I wonder if our fear maxing out is what triggers his Nightmare Realm ability. It seems to go down over time, which is very useful to know. But seem to be making pretty good DPS over time here, or damage per second over time. Are we in acceleration now? You know, I should try and use my parry as a... I should use my parry as a counter more often. I'll have to get used to that because it's not something I'm used to doing. The speedrun kind of drops. You don't really use the shot very much, except for peppering in little hits here or there. Okay, so as mentioned before, I do not know where the main body spawns here. So I'm just going to hunt around and try and find it. Look, there it is. There it is, right there. All right, that's one. Be ready for his little bodies to come, and I have to parry them. I was a little slow on that. Oh well, we'll keep hunting around for now. To be able to even dodge, to even be able to damage his clones, you do need to parry them. But now that we've destroyed that, that'll lead us right to him. So it's going this way. Must be in the bottom left corner. There it is. All right, that's two. And I think I saw its little sparkle fly off into the right, so I'm gonna go this way. There it is, perfect. Look at that, we made it through that phase relatively unscathed. And I think that's it for this boss, because we're just gonna get a good charge shot, another shot, and pop it with absorb. Because we have the module that makes us do 3 absorb damages all at once if we get them stacked that far. All right, ready to initiate execution. Are you ready, Kiwi? Here comes another very gruesome end to a boss. And once again, poor Anita is just going to hide her face and not look directly at the rather gruesome end to this Reaper. I honestly really like this boss, and now that I've kind of learned how to play it a bit better, that felt really satisfying to abuse my parries so well. I've not done that before. Oh, okay, well, sad puppy sounds happen no matter what.
Kuro, I'm scared. Kuro, Wenny, no, no, no.
Metal contamination detected. Monitoring the host's vital signs.
All right, well, we beat the boss, and did we win the record? We actually beat it in under 4 minutes, which was the minimum time requirement. I'm kind of impressed by that, honestly. Like, we are at the point where only prior experience is going to carry me. Memories and knowledge of speedrun tactics beyond the very basic is we're up to the point where I don't know any speedrun tactics at all. Honestly, the placement of the Reaper was about the extent of it, where my knowledge ends. Anyway,
Error. Unplaced memory file identified. Number A00082. Loading. 117th day of the Siege of Palanac. June 12th in the 362nd year of the Kote calendar.
we're on a bus. I mean, we're in a truck. What am I saying?
Did we get them off our trail?
Yes, sir. No trackers.
Okay, keep going. Lena, we're almost there. Just hold on a little longer.
I can't wait.
Well, what a surprise there. No hesitancy in just immediately red flagging that one. These characters just don't understand what red flags are.
We're under attack! It's coming from above!
Oh, it's a big tentacle monster. Fun.
What? No, that's not the Kamara Air Force. What the hell is that? Come on, let's go. Hold on tight.
Horace, what happened? I'm so scared.
It's okay. I'm here. I'm here.
Guess that's it for our flashback. Now, we probably suffered some big psychological damage from whatever the Reaper blew up with. Let's see what happens here.
Wenny, we're back. Wenny? Wenny, where are you? Are you okay?
I really like the little animation that plays when she lifts herself up. It looks good with her like how her clothing kind of flows.
Wenny, you're awake. Wenny, you're awake. We came back.
Oh no, Wenny is gone.
Ah! Wenny! No! What should I do? Kuro!
Oh, she's got the Reaper memories. Look out. Oh, there we go. All right. We're getting helped.
What's wrong with Anita?
Apologies. Due to this unit's negligence, the host has been subjected to a low level of psychological contamination. Mental stability is at 26.3%, with an estimated recovery time of 2 days. Engaging in any form of communication is not recommended for the time being.
Getting a lot better at breath control on Kuro, which feels good, because it was really hard in that first episode.
Uh-oh. Anita, welcome back.
Kuro said he
he said, Lenny. Yeah, I think I fainted, but I'm okay now. Why? Huh?
Oh.
Why do you keep doing this to yourself? You're my only friend. There's nothing but fighting and pain and suffering here. You're the only thing that brings me joy. I trust you more than anyone, and I really, really like you. Why do you keep hurting yourself for me? It hurts me to see you getting worse. I'm afraid one time I'll come back and you won't be here. I'm so sad, you big meanie. I'm sorry, Anita. I wasn't considering your feelings. I didn't know you were this worried about me. Kuro and I can beat all these bad guys, but you don't need to do all that.
Battle 004 analysis complete. Chance of losing 73.6%.
But... This past decade, I've seen countless battles. The record for the most victories is only 6, and many of those subjects were stronger than you. I just think that if you stay here, one day you're going to lose. This place is hell. That's why I've promised myself to help you the best I can, no matter how dangerous it is. I'm nothing more than a failed experiment. I have no hopes or dreams. I've been existing for years without a purpose or meaning. But ever since I met you, my life has been so wonderful. I really hope that this happiness never ends.
Guys, stop doing the death flags again.
Wenny. Do you remember what we talked about before about the outside world? That place where you can drink coffee and experience all sorts of wonderful things. Let's escape there together. Then we won't need to fight anymore. Wenny, I'm sorry for what I said. It's okay. I didn't mean to make you worry. No matter what happens, I'll be by your side.
Well, that was sweet. And a little somber. It is... I mean, Anita is programmed, I suppose, but at both their cores, both Wendy and Anita, they're just young girls who are trapped in a hell. A mechanical hellscape.
Kuro, I haven't checked out the opponent for the next battle, but given the model, it probably relies on agility and speed. Closely observe the enemy's movement and behavior patterns. If it's using any devices with Kuro's computing power, he should be able to hijack them, no problem.
Intel updated. Combat method pending verification. Take control of enemy devices by using shot and infection functions.
This is an expansion module I wrote in the past. It's only half finished, but it can still be used as long as some enhancements are made to complete the process loop.
New module unlocked. Module slots expanded.
Scan results. No vulnerabilities or malware detected. Expansion module downloaded. Compilation module activated. Initiating repairs. Estimated repair time 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Kuro, you're gonna help us escape, right?
Unable to comply with host command, as a weapon developed by Pioneer, this unit being the property of Pioneer, is prohibited from leaving this area without authorization.
But as long as we stay here and continue to fight, we can't guarantee Anita will be safe. Your directive is to protect Anita, right? Wouldn't it make sense to take her away from this dangerous place?
Conditions updated, reanalyzing logical reasoning algorithm.
Kuro, please help us.
Analysis complete. Engaging in prolonged combat is not conducive to fulfilling rule number 1. Ensuring Anita avoids combat and escapes the facility is indeed an effective approach.
Lost the word there for a second.
Match battles are now defined as a threat. An execution thread for facility escape plan has been established.
Lost. Okay, I said I'm getting better at breath control, but I definitely needed to breathe a little bit better.
An execution thread for facility escape plan has been established.
Yay! I knew Kuro would help us. Thanks, Kuro. We're counting on you, buddy.
All right. We've got our next boss, but why don't we go look at our information log and do our little challenge modes first. So, I think we've read this. Yeah, okay, this should be the next new file. Execution orders from the Siege of Palanak. Summary: persuade Chimera to attack Palanak and fund the operation, as well as achieve the following goals. Objective: find and attempt to capture individuals with energy perception. In other words, they wanted to capture Horus, pretty much. Although it sounds like Palanak had a couple others as well. 2. Obtain combat data on bioweapons batch P60. 3. Replenish materials. 4. Expand the genetic database. Deployment: 1 bioweapons batch P60, 12 groups, combat personnel 60, logistics personnel 350. And then we have all the flashbacks, and then Siege of Palanak report. Personal earnings 15 million, bioweapons earnings 3.5 billion, materials captured 3,262, combat materials captured 678, individuals with energy perception captured 1. I think that's probably I think they got Horus. And that's probably how Lena ended up here as either Anita or Wenny, I assume. Unique genes obtained. 120,754 sets, bioweapons combat data, 308 sets, bioweapons repair fees, 1.2 billion, cost of sealing area intel, 6 million, other expenses, 3.5 million, personnel lost 8. Overall, it sounds like that's the net gain for them, plus they got the thing they were aiming for, the energy perception. Nano Apostle Project Subject 89 report. So, Nita is Subject 89. An AI that was based on a brain with energy perception has successfully inherited that ability. This is the first case where energy perception has been artificially inherited. However, initial tests show that the accuracy of this ability is a mere 32% and is therefore unable to provide data for research. It is speculated that combat training will increase the rate of precision. Due to high compatibility and the need for combat training, it was decided that the AI would be linked to the halted Nano Apostle project. After 33 mismatches, Subject 89 was the first successful case. Both the machine's performance and artificial intelligence functioned smoothly. The cause for previous failures remains to be determined. So there are two ways to interpret this. Either Lena is the one who had energy perception much like her brother, or her brother was used to make the AI and then linked to Lena, who I presume or believe at this point to be Anita. Either way, it's fairly interesting. All right, let's see our new training environments. We've got 2 more challenges: enemy cluster elimination B and obstacle course Gamma. Oh, that's beta, isn't it? Or if you speak German, it's a Scharf SS. But let's go ahead and equip our new module first. Let's see what we've got. After you absorb a target 9 times, you can use the grappling hook once. We absorb pretty often, so that could be pretty good for us. Then we've got light attack deal 85% extra damage, but using 4 dashes within 10 seconds renders this buff ineffective for 12 seconds. This is one of the core speedrun modules for pretty obvious reasons at this point, I would imagine. Anyway, deflection matrix. Gain 50% more energy for successful parries, but dash has a longer cooldown. That sounds a little bit too rough since I like to spam dash. Charge attack deal 40% extra damage to destruction points. I don't use those reliably enough, and there's not enough time to charge them up against destruction points to really use that. Crumbling corrosion. When attacking a destruction point, deals extra damage equal to 12 times the number of infected stacks. That kind of doesn't synergize with our pop all infection stacks to trigger absorb if we have at least 3, so I won't take that. I think I'm gonna take this. Gain some energy while parrying or eliminating a projectile, since we do a lot of that. We definitely do a lot of that. Okay, also something worth pointing out is modules have synergy bonuses where if you use the same colors multiple times, you actually get some bonus. So here we have plus 10 absorb damage, max HP plus 20%, and charge damage plus 5 because we have 2 purples, 2 blues, and then I guess we have 2, I don't know why we're getting some max HP, but I'm not gonna complain about having max HP. All right, let's go ahead and do that enemy, let's do the obstacle course first. We have to clear it within, that's quite a time discrepancy. The fastest time is 1:45, the slowest time is 4. But let's see how many attempts this takes. I'm not expecting to get it on the first try, I usually don't, but we'll give it our best shot. Okay, I remember now. So, oh wait, what am I even doing? I don't need to fight these guys. Hold on. I think these, I may be misremembering, but I believe those little things that were on the ground grant us a recharge of our energy so that we can potentially use our projectiles more often. Not that I really see a need to do so at this point. I may be misremembering, but we'll see. This is the trickiest part because you have to dash between all these lasers while also focusing on parrying to get through. But their differing speeds are fairly manageable, and it doesn't hurt that they give us some nice checkpoints to heal us up. So far, this doesn't feel that challenging, admittedly. I wonder, there is something in the center there that maybe I should pay attention to. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of lasers, Kiwi. I am bad at dodging lasers, as we've established, but I think we're doing all right. All right, we're going down this hall, I imagine. I think we damage boosted through that laser, actually, which is quite nice for our sake because there was no getting through otherwise. I think we cleared it. We cleared it, and wow, why did they give you 4 minutes to potentially clear this trial? That was easily managed. Okay. I would honestly say the first trial was the hardest, mostly because I was just monkey braining through one-hit KO type attacks. But cool, all right. And then we have the enemy cluster. So these ones tend to be a little trickier. I didn't look at the time limit for it. I think it'll tell us as we load in, maybe? No, is there a... Okay, clear level within 5 minutes, 5:30 minimum, 4 minutes maximum. Okay, I think we can manage that. We're fairly strong. All right, these enemies seem to explode when I kill them, so I have to be careful. Oh no, it must have shot a projectile that exploded instead. Definitely taking a little bit more damage than I would like. Oh, I hit the Y button. Apparently that was enough to trigger a. Apparently if you try to heal, it always goes off no matter what. So. That's good to know. I gotta be careful about accidentally hitting that. I'll wait for these guys to do their dash so that I can hit them in their destruction points more reliably. These things are pretty tanky, honestly. Not a fan of how many things are just exploding and doing instant damage to me. Not making the best time, but we've got that room only took 30 seconds somehow. These enemies I should be able to kill with parries pretty reliably. The smaller ones, not the bigger ones. The bigger ones I'll probably have to be a little bit more careful about how I manage my parries. And I guess it's different when I'm mashing against trash mobs. I have to keep in mind the mechanic that I learned in our previous boss endeavors, that effectively using my charge shot, or not my charge shot specifically, but my shots in general, I can parry attacks, which I think is very, very valuable to us. I should also remember to use my charge attacks, at least in the start of the room or when I'm repositioning for enemies. I haven't really used the charge attacks at all. Oh, I remember this enemy. To deal with it, you have to parry its attacks. It's a really annoying one. But then you get a grappling hook on it, so that the extra damage that brings to us is really nice. The biggest issue is simply the fact that if you even hit it once, it teleports away like this, see? And it becomes invulnerable when it does so, so you really do need to... These enemies emphasize good parrying at all time. You can at least get some damage, but it's really just a matter of kill one, grappling hook to the other, and keep the chain going. That was kind of fancy. But honestly, those enemies feel really good to kill because you end up just kind of, if you parry all of their attacks appropriately, you can pretty reliably not only bounce from one to the other, well, I mean, that's basically it. You can bounce from one to the other, and it feels pretty darn good to do so. Try and block as many projectiles as I can. I have noticed that in my other playthroughs, there are some instances where despite parrying the attack and it getting hit by the parry projectile, it still doesn't die immediately. Not much I can do about that when it happens, but it's something that I do have some minor frustrations about. Okay, what am I doing here? Gonna charge. Okay. A lot of time wasted by that enemy, but there's not much you can do when it teleports away from all your attacks, you know? Focus on this guy just dodging its attack so I can get the destruction point damage, work on killing these, and then hit the projectiles with a parry as they come about. I'm not a fan of the fact that this enemy can also spawn some unparryable attacks, because it just wastes a lot of time. It's basically, you need to focus on breaking it and grappling hooking as quick as possible, or else you'll end up losing the chance to kill it appropriately. As you see, I have kind of messed up fundamentally on these guys because they have gotten a lot of chance to... Oh my goodness, I am not parrying anything here, am I? There we go. Sometimes I have to try and dash into the projectiles, and other times enemies spawn in the worst locations, unfortunately. So this is the biggest source of potential time loss. I still think we're fine overall. I didn't mean to heal there, oh well. Okay, we got it. Thankfully, it was just low enough that we could get the kill. I don't know how we're doing on time. Let's see. We need 4 minutes, and we're at 5 minutes already. So not great, but still possibly manageable. This is where the point where I really need to focus on prioritizing taking out these guys first, because the other guys will expose themselves fairly reliably. And then these guys are going to use their attacks, so we'll focus on getting them into a parryable state. I wonder if you... Oh, you can parry those attacks. That's why they're blue and not red. That's good to know. All right. I guess I should try and use that to my advantage if I can. Or, you know, just face tank a full hit unnecessarily. Okay, that felt cool, but largely unnecessary because it actually wasted time. Try and kill this guy with a charge shot. There we go. Oh. You know what I should do? Yeah, that's what I should do. I forgot about my charge attack. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to. Oh nope, that's the final. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. We cleared it with 15 seconds. There's a lot of optimization I could have pulled off on this one to make it go a lot faster than it did. But all right, there we go. Another challenge completed and a whole bunch of SP acquired as a result. So let's talk to Wenny.
Anita, are you okay?
Stability of host psych is at 82.6%. No serious issues detected.
I'm fine, but Wenny,
To formulate an escape plan, I need to go to the intranet again. I promise this will be the last time, okay?
Okay. I believe in you.
Let's give Wenny a hug. It's cute. Like the little head pets that she gives us. Head pets are great, Kiwi. You should always give more head pets when you can. Everyone deserves pets.
I'm sorry for making you worry. I'm sorry for always making you worry. Once we escape from here, we'll be safe. It's okay. We've got this.
Anything else to say?
Kuro, our next opponent relies on agility and speed. Closely observe the enemy's movement and behavior patterns.
Oh, she already said this before. Basically it's telling us, like the second boss, we can use our energy shot to kind of hack into its projectiles, potentially. But Kiwi, I think we're at a half hour, so I'm gonna end the episode here and we'll pick up on the next, in the next episode with more boss fights. I think we're on to the last 2 fights, so the next episode very well may be the last episode in this series. With all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.